The story of Thony de la Rosa and Arman Morales is not just about crime, survival, or power. It is a slow-burning collision between two people who never planned to need each other, yet somehow became the only ones who truly understood the darkness they were both trapped in. In the world of the cleaning lady, everything begins with desperation. Thony is a doctor forced into hiding, living as an undocumented immigrant, fighting for one thing only, her son's life. Every decision she makes is rooted in survival, not ambition. She cleans houses, lives quietly, avoids attention, and carries the constant fear of being discovered. Her life is built on sacrifice, silence, and endurance. Then there is Arman. A man who thrives in chaos, who walks confidently through a world filled with crime, danger, and power struggles. He is not just part of the system, he is a key player in it. Yet behind his confidence is someone constantly calculating, constantly adapting, constantly trying to stay one step ahead of betrayal. Their worlds were never meant to cross, but when they do, it is not gentle or romantic. It is sudden, violent, and irreversible. Thony becomes a witness to something she was never supposed to see. In that moment, her entire life changes. Instead of running, instead of disappearing, she makes a decision that defines everything that follows. She offers something Arman cannot easily find: usefulness. Not as a victim, not as a liability, but as someone who can solve problems no one else can. She cleans crime scenes. At first, their relationship is purely transactional. Arman sees her as an asset, someone who can erase evidence, someone who can help maintain control in situations that spiral out of hand. Thony sees him as a means to an end: protection, money, and most importantly, access to resources that could save her son. There is no trust, only necessity. But necessity has a strange way of turning into dependency. As time passes, the lines begin to blur. Arman starts noticing something different about Thony. She is not like the others in his world. She does not crave power. She does not chase money. She does not bend easily. Even when she is afraid, she stands her ground. Even when she is outmatched, she refuses to break. For someone like Arman, who is surrounded by betrayal and manipulation, that kind of strength is rare. Thony, on the other hand, begins to see beyond Arman's surface. At first, he is just a dangerous man, someone to survive, someone to endure. But slowly, she sees the cracks, the weight he carries, the constant pressure, the loneliness that comes with living a life where trust is a weakness. Their conversations change. What was once cold and direct becomes layered with tension, with meaning. They challenge each other, they push each other, and without realizing it, they begin to rely on each other in ways that go far beyond business. But their world does not allow softness. Every step closer they take comes with consequences. Arman is tied to a life that demands loyalty above all else. Any sign of weakness can be exploited. Any emotional attachment can be used against him. Thony is already risking everything just by being involved. The deeper she goes, the harder it becomes to escape, and yet, neither of them walks away. There are moments, brief but powerful, where everything else fades. A look that lingers too long, a silence that says more than words, a decision made not out of logic but out of care. These moments are dangerous, because in their world, caring is a liability. Arman finds himself making choices he would have never considered before. Protecting Thony, even when it complicates his position. Trusting her, even when it goes against everything he has learned. He starts to question the life he has built, the alliances he maintains, and the cost of staying exactly where he is. Thony, too, begins to change. The line between right and wrong becomes harder to define. She tells herself it is all for her son, that every risk, every compromise is justified. But deep down, she knows something else is happening. She is not just surviving anymore. She is adapting to a world she once feared. And at the center of that transformation is Arman. Their connection is never simple. It is filled with tension, conflict, and impossible choices. They argue, they clash, they pull away. But no matter how far they try to distance themselves, something keeps pulling them back, because they see each other in a way no one else does. Thony sees the man behind the power. Arman sees the strength behind the vulnerability. But the reality of their situation is always waiting. Arman's life is not one he can easily leave. The deeper he is involved, the fewer options he has. Every alliance, every deal, every secret ties him tighter to a system that does not forgive weakness. And Thony, despite everything, still has something to lose. A son who depends on her. A life she still hopes to reclaim. The closer they get, the more impossible their situation becomes. There is no easy ending for people like them. No clean escape, no perfect solution, only choices. And every choice comes with a cost. Their story is not about a perfect romance. It is about two people standing on opposite sides of morality, finding something real in a place where nothing is supposed to be real. It is about connection in the middle of chaos. About trust in a world built on betrayal. It is about how far someone is willing to go for the people they care about. And sometimes, how far they are willing to fall. Because in the end, the most dangerous thing in their world is not crime, not power, not even death. It is feeling something real, and once that happens there is no going back.